Guys, hope you guys are well. Just chilling, waiting. Thought that I would chat you guys up while I'm waiting. Christmas or New Year's, because in Russia we don't celebrate Christmas. Is around the corner. It take us probably how many days are left? Today's what's the date? 20th. So about 11 days left, and then we should be pretty much celebrating Novi God. One second. I can't go outside because it's extremely cold. I'm just realizing how weird it is live streaming and somebody walks by. But yeah, check out the surroundings. One second. So, Christmas tree. Gnome. I think that's a gnome. Yeah, definitely a gnome. The flowers aren't really Christmassy. Got the star on top. And sweets to take. Recently got a haircut as well. What are you guys up to this lovely Saturday? It's so weird streaming indoors because you can't really walk around, can you? So we kind of had to sit next to each other, face to face. I can't show you the surroundings. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Maybe this place is haunted. Look at that, it moved. But yeah, Novi God is coming. In Russia, they don't really celebrate Christmas like that, although you still get Christmas trees and things like that. But the real party starts on 31st. Yo, Salcal Rails and more. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Oh, good. Just waiting for my wife. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, man. I don't know the last time somebody told me Merry Christmas. It has been a long time since somebody said Merry Christmas to me, because in Russia, they don't really celebrate Christmas like that. Although outside, you'll see a lot of Christmas trees, etc. In Russia, it's Novi God. Novi God is literally translated to New Year's, and that's pretty much the Christmas New Year type of feel for Russia. So, no, it's okay. I kind of prefer celebrating Russian Christmas. I think Russian Christmas is also in February, right? I'm not sure. I need to check. It was the end of January. There's another one, but it's not really like Christmas. They also have Ded Moroz, which is like the Russian Santa Claus. Yeah, there's a Russian Santa Claus. And he has a daughter. I think they team up and do that stuff together. Somebody said Black Lives Matter. I mean, not the kind of stream, but yeah. I think all lives matter. Black lives too. Thank you for sharing. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey guys. Let me know what's happening in your lives. We have 11 days left until the New Year's. What are you guys getting up to? I got my hair cut. I'm pretty much set for 2026. I've got more content coming. I'm trying my best not to be as loud as possible because I'm waiting for my wife. It's like one of these places where you get a massage and they're like different doors. You're just waxing here too. So like there's like 4 different doors. I'm trying my best not to court attention. It's a pretty small room. But yeah. What are you guys up to? What are your plans for 2026? Do you guys have any goals? Do you guys have any things that you want to achieve? Maybe some resolutions. I don't even know. Like, do you guys still do resolutions? Do you still do that thing when you write down all the things that you want to accomplish in 2026? Or is it one of those things where it's just like, you're like, trust me, it's another year, whatever. You know, what kind of person are you? I do have resolutions for 2026, but they're more of like creator resolutions. So I write down certain things that I want to achieve on the channel, but I don't really go ahead and write down resolutions in terms of my life. Content, yes. There's some goals that I want to achieve. What do you guys want to achieve this year? By the way, I am in Moscow, Russia right now. And I guess I have a lot of things, of course, that I would like to achieve. Being a foreigner in a foreign country is it's interesting. So definitely there are goals. But I'd like this channel to sort of be more, I would say, connected. I want to speak to you guys more. We need to go live together more. Possibly we need to have these live streams together. Maybe split screens even. Because I want to get to know who you guys are. I think that's my goal for next year. And we need to go live together. I think that would be dope. What do you guys think? What's your take? Like maybe, I don't know, Rumble, Twitch. Not sure what we could do. But yeah. About Russian New Year. African which country? Zimbabwe. New Year. I guess let's talk about Russian New Year. Every single time the New Year comes around, the 31st of January is considered to be the start of it all. So people pretty much get ready. It's New Year's Eve. People wait until midnight to basically drink champagne with a piece of burnt paper in it. So the tradition is you're supposed to write all your dreams on the paper, right? Write all the dreams on the paper. And then you get a lighter, you burn it, and you throw it in the glass of champagne, and you drink the champagne. You drink the champagne, and apparently, if you drink your dreams, they will come true the next year. That's the Russian tradition. The only problem with that is last year, I had my first New Year's in Russia, and it was a total failure. Because I thought that you're just supposed to burn it and you toss it in the cup. My wife's like, dude, you're supposed to drink it. And there was like 1 minute left until midnight. Not even 1 minute seconds. And I pretty much gulped that down because you're supposed to write all your dreams and wishes, right? And I pretty much let out the biggest belch ever, man. At the dinner table, it was embarrassing. Yeah, non-alcoholic, of course. I don't drink alcohol. Bro, what do Africans think of India? About India? I mean, I can't speak for all Africans, but I grew up with Indians as a kid. Indians are fine. I don't have any problem with Indians. We've always been cool. Some of my childhood friends are Indians. And I just remember going over and eating curry and roti and chapati and all this, man. I'm a big fan of English food. Naan, butter chicken. So, Yes. How do you like Moscow? I love Moscow. Я люблю Россию, я люблю Москва, of course. Москва это моя любимая город, да, потому что красивая. Моя, моя жена тоже это москвич. My wife is Moscovite, so that's why I'm here. Давно в России, да? В Москве, да? Да. Все отлично. But my Russian's okay, guys. It needs practice, a lot more practice, to be honest. Um, but I'm trying. I'm trying to get a B2 by next year. Next year, end of the year. Have you experienced any? No, I haven't experienced anything like that. Keen. I've heard rumblings, but nothing personal. Like I've never seen that face to face. Never. Yeah. So you guys can ask any questions about Russia. I pretty much got an hour here. I'm trying to keep my voice as low as possible. Yeah. Also, I cut my hair. What do you guys think about the haircut? Do I look chopped? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Getting ready for New Year's. What are your thoughts about everything? I don't really have thoughts, really. Um, I'm not very political. I mean, I do talk about politics sometimes. It depends. In the right setting, especially with my family. We love to talk about politics together. But I'm not such a fan of politics and discussing things now. Not really. I would say that I'm more concerned with my family first. I'm a very simple man. My family just happens to be Russian, right? And my wife's side, of course, I'm married to a Russian woman, and my family comes first. So as long as my family's good, as long as my people are fed, and as long as nobody's being affected directly by anything, I'm fine. I don't really concern myself with things outside of that, unless it's at my doorstep. Then it becomes an issue. I'm a pretty selfish person. It's my family first, God, and of course myself as well, somewhere in the equation. Thank you so much, Irina. I'm glad you like the haircut. I've been going to the same barber for a total of 3 years. His name is Vardan. He's Armenian, I think, and he cuts hair pretty well. I was pretty scared as a black man getting his hair cut by a Russian man. I was like, oh my god, this might end as a disaster. But he's a professional. Like he's trained to cut afro hair. He has a degree. So yeah, he did a pretty good job. Pretty good job. Are you a Russian citizen? No, I am not a Russian citizen. Maybe one day. I guess my dream is to basically have a lot of kids. Um, become a citizen. Probably buy a dacha. Dacha sounds like a good one. I see. I already sound like a Russian person right now. I want to buy a dacha. I would love to buy a dacha. I have I don't know, like 5 kids, 4 kids, 3. That'll be nice. Do you know anyone that's been conscripted? No. It's pretty much a media fallacy. A lot of people that join are pretty much doing it willingly, I would say. I've heard stories of people doing it willingly. Hey there, Johnny. Probably asked a lot already. How often do you have to deal with everyday racism? Very rarely. I don't really find myself in situations when I'm just like, oh my god, I've experienced something racist. It's very rare. I think the only times I've experienced racism in Russia was probably from other foreigners. And that's kind of weird, don't you think? Because, like, we're all immigrants, right? But I have had weird experiences with other foreigners who have been racist, but I was like, whoa, dude, we're both guests here. You know? The Russian people, no, not yet. Hopefully never. I've lived in other countries. I've experienced some weird stuff, but not in Russia yet. But that's just my experience. That's just my experience. Somebody said Russia is the most terrible place to have kids as a black man. Speak for yourself, sir. Maybe for you, not for some of us. It's a perfect place to have kids here, no matter what race you are, because the values are just pretty much the values that they have in African countries. I feel like if you're an African, or you're just a typical, I would say, Christian, Protestant, Catholic, possibly even an Orthodox Christian, Russia's perfect for you. Values are nice, safe. It's a really nice place to bring up kids. You won't have to worry about fighting these weird agendas. It's a very normal, basic place. It's not trying to force agendas down your throat. Um, uh, 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 I disagree, Noah. I disagree. Incorrect. Mixed kids in Russia are actually the most loved. There's an obsession with mulatto kids. In every sense, beauty. I think it's a global thing. People are just fascinated by mixed kids. I think you guys can even testify. In my country, mixed kids are like the most sought out people. Same in Russia. Everybody is so intrigued by mulattoes, and people are treated very nicely here. You guys can also watch. I have some interviews with some mixed children on my channel. You can judge for yourself. I'm just relaying the conversation to you. I don't make these things up. I talk to people on the ground. I've never met a mixed person that felt uncomfortable in Russia. Never. But that's their experience. That's their experience. But I would disagree. Sorry, I came across your live, so I'm asking. It's okay, Christina. Feel free. Where have you lived at before, and what's your final home country? I've lived in China. I was in China for almost a decade. I am fluent in the language. I graduated there. I grew up there. I did a lot of my first things there. I would say that I made my biggest mistakes there too. But I met my wife in China. That's also a good thing that happened. Bro, European will work for other countries, cheap labor. It's just a matter of time. No disrespect to you. I mean, none taken. Bush and power. I don't have your experience. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from, but I just don't share your experience. I just don't share your experience. No offense, but like, I don't agree with you. We can sit on that and we can disagree. I think we can be gentlemen, have different points of views. What's the average salary for a middle class family outside of Moscow? Well, I think anywhere in Russia, if you're making more than, I would say, 100,000 rubles a month, you're considered to be average. Like, you can do stuff. If you're outside of Moscow, that's a decent amount of money. You guys can do the conversion. I don't know how much 100,000 rubles is in dollars. You guys can do the conversion. You're pretty much okay. Especially on the outskirts of Moscow or like smaller cities, 100,000 is enough. But if you're in Moscow, you might be struggling a bit to do things that are like out of the box, especially if you're like me, who likes to go to these restaurants and travel and spend money aimlessly sometimes. So, yeah. Where originally are you from? Are you multilingual? Do you go to work? I'm from Zimbabwe. My first language is English. My second language is Chinese, I would say. I speak Chinese fluently. I'm also a qualified Chinese teacher, which is funny. I think anytime a person walks into my classroom and then realizes I'm the Chinese teacher, it's a very interesting conversation to have. So yeah, so far I speak 2 languages pretty well. I'm trying to learn Russian. I used to speak French, but I pretty much forgot all of that because I had no practice. Do you feel prices changes for groceries? Yeah, the prices have changed. Yeah. Not to the extent that I thought they would, but yeah. It used to be a lot cheaper here, but it's affordable still. If we look at it from like a global scale, it's fine. Have you seen and no, I haven't seen any drones. Never in my life. No problem. Have you been? Never been to the US. I have family there. I have people on the ground that are always giving me news. I have people that are speaking well about it. I have people that are complaining about it. I have people that are speaking highly of it. I guess I need to actually travel and do like a little tour. Maybe when this channel becomes big, we need to do a tour of the States or something. But it's not first on my list. I would say I'm pretty much fixated on exploring Russia. There are so many places in Russia I still want to go to. Next year I'm going to the Arctic, Arkhangelsk, in January. So that's going to be the first time that I'm near the Arctic, and that's insane for me. Really, really insane for me. Have you been? Where did you graduate? I graduated in China. Yeah, I have a degree in international business and trade, and I also have Chinese proficiency certificates because to graduate in China you need to be proficient in Chinese. You're not missing anything. Yeah, I'm not really eager. I think later. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with the States. So obsessed. I think my whole high school period, I was like, man, I want to end up in the States. But it took a lot out of me because I realized, oh man, I kind of found everything I wanted in Russia. I was like, what? You know? So, not really jumping. Why am I in Russia? I'm here for my wife. That's plain and simple. I came here for a woman, stayed here because I love it. So yeah, there's no fancy story. I'm not going to give you guys like a bullshit story of like I searched about Russia online every day. No, I just came for my wife. That's pretty much it. There's a lot to explore in the States. It's a big place. Yeah, I'd like to check out some stuff. Pittsburgh is alright, but don't bother with Philly. I think if I were ever to go to the States, it'll probably be. I want to check out New York. I'd love to see Florida. Not for the Gators, but I'd like to see Florida and LA, of course, because I think everybody wants to see the Hollywood sign, I guess, and the stars. What do they call that? What are the stars on the ground? Florida's pretty fun. I have some friends from Florida. That's why I also want to check out Florida because I'd have free accommodation. So, yeah, it's pretty much a sneaky tactic of mine. I'll go to the places where I have people from there. What's your view of Putin calling the collapse of Soviet Union the biggest catastrophe of the 20th century? Do you share his view? I mean, I'm not so in tune with the Soviet Union, I won't lie to you. My wife is from the generation of when the Soviet Union collapsed. It was hard. The 90s were not what Russia is right now. I mean, this is just from what I'm hearing from my wife, but the 90s in Russia were pretty much some of the hardest parts, sort of hardest times, 90s and the early thousands. Yeah, it was 1991. That's when the Soviet Union collapsed. How can you say that you love the society? Are you completely indifferent to how Russia treats neighbors and non-citizens? Or are you apathetic to other suffering? I mean, Joel, I pretty much share my experience. I'm not somebody who purports the news back to you. I don't spew what somebody else says to you. I just tell you what I think. And Russian society is very welcoming. It is. I mean, I married a Russian woman. Best 2 years of my life. So I'm pretty much just sharing my experience. I wouldn't say I'm indifferent. I don't share the same views. I'd be nothing but treated like a person here. Nothing negative that I can share. I mean, there are things, of course, in every place that are not ideal, but I don't understand what you mean by how could I be indifferent. It's a bit weird. I don't share that sentiment. There's the fact that the government attacked neighbor. Isn't that worrying a bit? I mean, guys, with the news and media, it's always good to read, I guess, two sides of the story. Half of the things that I see in the news about Russia, I'm kind of like, oh, really? That happened? Because then like I look around, I'm like, oh, I didn't see that, you know. But I will say that I'm not really in tune with things of that sort. I'm not the type of person that is so fixated on the news in terms of like politics and the war, etc. As I said before at the beginning of the podcast, I'm more concerned about how it affects the people that I love directly. So if it's at our doorstep, yes, I'm like, oh my god, the people around me. But right now, I'm in the middle of Moscow, safe. My family's safe. My family back home is also fed. I have no qualms whatsoever. I'm a very selfish person. I put my family first. I'm not so concerned by other things out of that, because I feel like if you don't focus on people that are your direct bloodline first, it's a bit strange. I can give you an example. You know, people that hop onto these random trends or like these free this and free that, a lot of them don't care about their family. I'm a very selfish person. I care about my family. That's the only thing that matters to me. Family, God, and making sure that everyone's okay. So if they're okay, I'm fine. I'm not gonna be one of those fake bloggers that hops online like, oh my god, guys, free this, free that. No, I don't do that. That's not my vibe. Much love, Samuel. I'm very concerned. Yeah, I'll say it, guys. I'm selfish. I care about my family. That's it. Family, God, myself. That's it. Everything is fine on my end. I mean, Joel, it's not an authoritarian society. I don't think you understand what authoritarian means. It's not. You and I can agree to disagree. Yeah, like I don't understand people like, oh my god, free this. We need to go on the internet and make a YouTube channel. It's like, is your family fed? Is your family okay? Is everything fine? That's my first worry. I do care about society, but my family comes first. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna pretend I actually care about people I don't know. The first thing is my family. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but I would rather give like the last everything to my family than anyone random that I've never met. And that's why I could never be a president, or I could never be a leader, because when you're a leader, you have to put your family second. That's how it works. Like, for example, if you're a president, you have to put your family second. I could never do that. I would starve for my family. I wouldn't starve for random people. I'll starve for my family. So yeah, that's just me. So you admit you are indifferent to others? Indifferent to others? What, to people I don't know? Joel, who are these others? Can you point them out and tell me who they are specifically? If you're asking if I care about you, I don't. I say that with much joy. I couldn't care less. I care about people that are in my life and affect me directly. And if that offends you, I'm very happy if it offends you. It brings me utter joy because I don't see how it affects my life whatsoever. My family, friends, I care. Empathy. Is that a foreign concept? Empathy for what? Empathy for what, Joel? You're. I guess you are beating around the bush. Say exactly what you want to say. I think Joel is pretty much. He's drifting. What do you want to say, Joel? Be very direct. I'm not understanding what Joel wants me to say. Which other human beings? His family, not my family, is my first priority. Is that wrong to say? I find it very odd if I would have to worry about other people before my own. That's a bit weird. Somebody said, have you been conscripted yet? Yes. Right now I am on the front line with a latte, streaming with 5G Wi-Fi. Mood. If it doesn't have any immediate effect on your life, or my daughter doesn't. Yes, I'm pretty much the same, guys. Let me listen to what Joel is saying. I'm saying that you are able to live happily and carelessly because you are indifferent to well-being. Answer. Read a book. Wow. Joel. I'll repeat it again. Maybe you're hard at hearing. I said my family comes first. If that is a foreign concept to you, once again, you're entitled to your own opinion. My family matters. Did Zuma send you there? I don't even know Jacob Zuma personally. It would you. I don't understand what you mean, Johnny. It would you get a visit? How stressed are you if everyone's lives worry you? Yes, exactly. How stressed are you? I'm not actively sitting down like, oh my God, somebody's struggling right now. The first thing that pops in my mind is like, oh my God, where's my wife? Okay, is she okay? Did she eat something? Okay, she's cool. Is she safe? Okay. How's my mom? Yeah, sure. My sister? Okay. My dad? That's the first thing that pops in my mind. I'm not like, oh my God, a person somewhere in the Middle East. That really breaks my heart. If I was going to talk about suffering, I'll talk about my own country. A lot of you are very disingenuous. You can go and create a whole channel and say free this and free that, but you never speak about your own country. They care about other people when not considering that they need to focus on who is around them first. These people that make these channels and go online and have this very high octane high octane streams about how this should be freed and how this should be freed, but never speak about their country. How would I, as a Zimbabwean, talk about the struggles of other people if I don't even talk about the struggles of my country? Whoever says free Zimbabwe, whoever says that, you know? So yeah, Joel, if you're expecting me to go on here and purport a disingenuous way of me actually showing that I care about people I've never met, you're on the wrong channel. But I say that with utter pride. The people around me are the first priority. And I won't lie here. You know? I wouldn't sit down and be like, oh, I care, if I can't even make a channel about my own country. Coming from a frozen trench to, yes, this is from the very depths of the front line. Frozen trench. Didn't expect anything but admit that you are a sociopath. Joel needs to take a seat. Joel thinks that if people don't agree with him, that they're sociopaths. Joel, take a seat, bro. Oh my God, I muted the wrong person. Oh, Martha, sorry. Did I hide your comment, Martha? Oh my God, sorry, Martha. I timed you out. Ugh. See what you did, Joel? Martha, I timed you out by mistake. You're gonna come back in 10 seconds. I wanted to put Joel in the timeout. Sorry, Martha. That was my bad. You should be back now. Yeah, Joel, take 1.8 seconds away from your daily what can I say? your daily care shaming. Yeah, I didn't see your question. Sorry, I was talking to Joel. Oh, Martha, are you back? Sorry, Martha Greener. Martha Greener is one of my favorite people. She has some of the greatest takes. Thank you, Martha. Um, Let me read your question. Would you be able to go out of your apartment and shout, "Why? Why would I do that, Johnny?" I don't think that, so I wouldn't say that. People have and report opinions on foreign affairs without having the same interest in domestic politics. Your opinion is weak and copes for your empathy. Enjoy your visit in vodkas. Oh, Mixed Mamba, you know the beauty of the internet is your comment pretty much was as useful as the breeze on the back of my neck. It will subside. Would you be able to please save him? It's funny. I love it when people write this long text attempting to shame you, but it carries absolutely no weight. From people on the internet you actually care nothing about. Apologies. But I can pretend like it affected me. I'm so sorry. From the bottom of my heart. I think Christina and I have the same mindset. Call me selfish. I agree, I am. But yeah, guys, ask questions that are less loaded. Can't we talk about something that is more calm? Don't you guys want to know about Russia? Don't you have questions about Russia? Are you a soldier? Yes. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'm not. What is it? The shirt? Kind of has this weird camouflage feel, right? I love this shirt so much. But I think the angle makes it look like an army shirt, I think. What's the food like? Man, the food is awesome. Not as savory as African food, but yummy. Like I have this new obsession. I'm obsessed with cottage cheese. Tvarajok, obsessed. Really obsessed. Johnny, you need to just like take a break, bro. I find it very weird when people ask me things or ask me to say things that I don't agree with. Johnny, agree with Johnny. Relax. I want to answer the other people. I'll answer your questions later. I am absolutely tired of Johnny's line of questioning. It's like somebody who is trying to force you to engage in something that you absolutely care nothing about. It's like, hey, can you go and say this? It's like, no, I wouldn't say that because I don't believe that. But could you? That would never cross my mind because I don't agree with that. That's blasphemy. Okay. Do you enjoy vodka? No. I don't drink at all. Hey, darling, could you wish Matilda happy holidays? She's my best friend. Okay. Happy holidays, Matilda. Have a good one. Yes, it sounds authoritarian, doesn't it, Christina? Exactly. Exactly. It's like people have these mindsets. Guys, the world is a spectrum. It's a spectrum. You sorry, I'm trying to listen, making sure everything's okay. Listening for my wife. The world is a spectrum. It's pretty much like people have different opinions, you know? And sometimes things that you say might be an absolute foreign land to other people because you all have a different way of thinking. The beauty about dialogue is that you're able to communicate with each other and share ideas without having to force something down somebody's throat. This will never be a stream that I will tell people to believe something. I could care less about your beliefs. I'm more of just about free conversation. But weird lines of questioning are just very, I would say, vibe killing. Like when somebody's trying to stuff something down your throat, we're not talking about those things. It's more of just like sharing a free speech right now. Sharing free speech right now. Man, my brain is freezing. The door's open. It's cold. Sorry about that. My mind is drifting. Uh, he escaped the famine in Africa, but did not know where was famine in Russia as well. Yeah. I was waiting for Eric to hop on. I wanted to actually mute you. I'm not a fan of Eric anymore. Really annoys my channel. A lot of people have complained. I feel like I just need to do that. Sorry, Eric. My community's tired. I had people even messaging me saying that I should just like mute you. I'm sorry. I have to listen to the people. I'm also getting tired. Uh, what's next? Is it difficult to go through daily transactions with? Yeah, it is a bit difficult to send money to foreign countries. It is because Swift is blocked. Yeah. So I can't use PayPal. For those of you that don't know what Swift is, Swift is it's a system that allows you to make international transfers, and that's blocked in Russia. So if you want to get money outside, you need to basically jump through hoops. There are ways, but no direct, easy way to do it. Somebody said, I want to go back to Europe. I'm so tired of division imposed on people. Okay, not answering that one. Wait, if you're a teacher, what is it like? Do they have English like we have? Elective languages or no? I'm currently working on my residency here. I do have I have been teaching online for like I don't know how many years, ever since 2017. But I have had students from all over the world, and I guess the system is pretty much the same. It's almost like you are supposed to speak English, like learn it, not speak it, learn it. But then there's no usage of it in your actual day-to-day life. So many people learn English, but then they never use it. So I meet a lot of Russian people that understand it. They understand what's happening. But it's like, man, how do I respond? That's the problem that they have here. That's the problem. But they do learn other languages too. During the Soviet Union, German was really popular. My mother in law studied German. My wife's grandmother studied German too. Because basically, students were taught to, well, not my wife's mother's time, but my wife's grandmother's time. Students were taught to learn German just in case you were captured, so that you could speak and sort of maneuver your way out of it. Yeah, that was a tougher time. Now kids are pretty much learning any language they want, but Chinese has become extremely popular in Russia. Very. Because recently China and Russia visa free have a visa free relationship. So if you're a Russian person and you're watching this, you can go to China without a visa. And Chinese people can come to Russia without a visa too. Pretty much buddies. How did you choose Russia? I chose it because of my wife. I came here for her. That's pretty much it. So I met her in China. We met during COVID. Not during, before COVID. COVID-19 happened. She went on holiday. And China had a zero COVID policy. A zero COVID policy is basically when you're not allowed to even have one person with COVID-19 in your city. And when that happens, when a person gets COVID, the whole city shuts down. So she couldn't fly back. So I pretty much packed my bags, left everything behind, and like a romantic or like a Shakespeare novel, I pretty much left everything behind and followed her. So, yeah. Yeah, I've been to Russia and now I live in Germany. I'm Russian young. Somebody said, how's the racism there? I don't experience much racism. It's very subtle, I would say. I've experienced it from other foreigners, but never Russian people. You kind of have a Russian accent now, do I? Do I have a Russian accent? That's the first time I've heard that, but I'll take it as a compliment. I want to speak Russian fluently, so I'll take it as a compliment. Um, but I'm also speaking very low because I'm trying my best not. This is not really like my actual voice, it's like an inside voice. You guys can hear that. It's sort of like this type of voice because I'm a very talkative, loud person. I'm trying not to speak too loudly because I'm surrounded by different people. Uh, so, how do you like it here in Moscow? I love it. It's nice. I love the food, love the people. I love the convenience. My favorite thing to do in Moscow is go to what is it? Bratya Karavaeva and grab a sochnik. That's my favorite thing to do. I'm a huge fan of sochnik. Does Russian chicks call you for one? Ugh. Ferdinand, that is a weird ass comment. Please. I'm a married man. Please keep those comments out of my stream, please. He sounds American. Education. Lots of private schools. Yeah. Karavaeva. Yeah, that's my stuff right there. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Bratya Karavaeva, get some sochnik, get some lasagna, get some medovik. Yeah, that's what I like to do. Mm-hmm. Let me read Martha Greener. As far as I was informed by Jeffreyson, COVID-19 SARS-2 was a... To be honest with you, the Russian people that I met and I talked to about COVID honestly don't care about COVID. Like, really. Even during the COVID-19 epidemic, Russians were just going to the dacha and pretty much having barbecues. I think they were some of the most relaxed people during the whole COVID thing. Even when the COVID thing was serious, I remember I was worried. I came in during COVID. They never asked me for a COVID test. In the beginning, maybe it was intense, but I think later, Russian people pretty much shared the same mindset as people from my country. Were like, we don't care, you know? And people just went on with life. And every time I share like these stories about conspiracies and stuff, Russian people are like, I'm not really interested in that. And I'm like, I feel you. So finding work in Russia is pretty much a double-edged sword. On one end, you can find any job you want. Sorry, I lost you guys for a second. The more Russian you speak, the easier it is to dive into any field. If you come to Russia and you can only speak English, you'll probably be an English teacher or a language teacher or a translator. But if you speak Russian, I know friends that work in ICT, IT. Is it IT? IT. I know friends that work in accounting. I have friends that work in what is that? Even in call centers. You can get any job, really. Maybe I should interview them too. I can let you guys talk to them. But the thing is, you have to understand that knowing Russian is going to take you further. Because the staff is not going to be like, oh my God, you speak English. We care. Speak our language, you're in our country. That's basically how it works. There used to be a lot of international companies here, but now the opportunities are very slim. So, why do you skip over racism questions? I've already answered the racism question like 8 times in the stream. I think people are getting tired. So, sorry. I'm sorry. What is your job in Moscow? I'm currently working on my residency right now. I own a couple of businesses. My time in China, I opened up a couple of businesses. I have some online things as well. So that's pretty much what I do in my free time. My free time I stream with you guys, but I have so many things that I have to do. There's so many things that I have to ship. There's so many things that I need to do in terms of like managing stuff. So basically I could work from anywhere in the world because I pretty much set the stuff up. So Stereotypes in the comments are they are very hilarious. True, we all spend time in Dutches. Dutches are amazing. I mean, it's easier now due to the less power. I mean, teacher in Iran. Nice. Where are you from, Podzar? What's the healthcare system like there? What's the average cost of living? Healthcare is free. It's free for Russian people and residents, if I recall. So, if you go to public centers, you can get the healthcare free. The only thing you need to understand is that you might wait in a line if you go too late, but the healthcare is free. But I guess not for everything. I need to search actually. There are certain things that aren't free. But from what I heard, if you are a resident, a permanent resident, you also get the same benefits. You get free healthcare. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. I need to actually sit down and give you guys proper facts. But yeah, the citizens of Russia definitely get free healthcare. Ambulance is free for everybody. So if something happens to you, the ambulance won't charge you for that. So they come through and they basically check you, make sure you're fine, and that's free. The average cost of living is low in Russia due to it. I mean, the average cost in Russia, the average cost of living is, it depends where. We're in Russia, big man. Many would understand you in Moscow if you speak English, yeah. But also, a lot of people are not so, okay. Many people would understand you, but also a lot of people are not interested in speaking English if you're in a rush. Because keep in mind, Moscow is a huge city, right? If you're in the middle of chaos, like if you're trying to speak English during rush hour, people will not care. That's one of the things you need to know. Learn Russian. Because Russian is the most important tool you can have here. People will try, they'll help you, but then also understand it's pretty much like New York. People are rushing. Pun intended. People are rushing. So like if you're in the middle of the subway at rush hour and everybody's running and you're there with your English, like, oh my God, guys, can you help me? How do you get, people are not going to listen because it is fast. Don't start in Moscow if you're one of those people that is not into the whole fast life thing. It is fast here. Like I'm talking actually like pushing through. You guys are like shoulder to shoulder in the middle of the metro. But people do help. People do help. Russian people are very helpful. But it's about timing. Because I've seen people tell me, oh my God, I was in the middle of the subway. I was trying to speak English and nobody was helping me. It's like, yeah, bro, it was rush hour. People were trying to get home, you know? But if you spoke Russian, maybe they will stop and be like, oh, because it's like, you're in Russia, dude, speak Russian. You feel me? That's how it works. I mean, in general, how much they offer for what? Sorry, UNGOC for what? Contractors go to the front. No matter what, it's not worth it. Nobody's forced you. Dude, your wife is Russian? Yes, my wife is Russian. Guys, sorry if I haven't answered the whatchamacallit, the racism questions. I've gotten it like 10 times in the stream. And we've been streaming for 54 minutes. I will answer it again. It really depends who you are. People have different stories. For me, I don't experience it. Only time I've experienced it is maybe from other foreigners. That's just my experience. And yes, my wife is Russian. 13K in bucks is one time. That's a month into district structure. So the question, do you are you Russian? No, I'm not Russian. I'm Zimbabwean. How is the tax system there? The tax system is pretty similar to China. I think Chinese tax and Russian tax is pretty similar. It's a decent chunk of your money, but it's not as bad as other countries. In China, I think I would pay a tax. I'd pay 2,000 RMB every month. That was a tax that I had to pay. In Russia, I think it's like maybe a little bit less. You guys can do the conversion. I think in Russia it's like almost 1,000 RMB. How much is 1,000 RMB in dollars? That's like the amount of tax that is paid every month. And there's also stuff like apartment. I don't know what they call it. There's also something you pay to your contractor so that you get heated apartments, and there's so many other things to pay for. But I think in total you spend a total of maybe like 2,000 RMB here a month on tax. But there are other things as well. What is 2,000 RMB in tax? Sorry, in dollars. My mind is so fucked right now because I'm thinking in Chinese money. I don't know why I do that. I lived in China for too long. I lived in China for like almost a decade. So now my brain is always converting money into Chinese money first. So, yeah. Utilities about 5 to 50. Yes, exactly. Yeah, the housing market must be great. The housing market is great for Westerners. For Russian people complain about the housing market. It is not as good as it used to be. But in smaller places, people enjoy. But in Moscow, it's terrible in terms of like the cost. It's very expensive. But Westerners come in and it's no problem. But it is very hard to buy an apartment now. I'm so glad that we have our own apartment because before it was a lot easier, a lot cheaper. So, yeah. I actually need to bring you guys proper information. I need to write down these questions so I can give you proper stuff. But yeah, I think tax somewhere around how much? How much is that? I need to do the calculations. Sorry guys, my brain is mush. Mm, is there too in Russia some like organic food here in Germany? A lot of people tell me that there's no GMO in Russia. I'm not so sure. Was it GMO, right? Non-GMO food in Russia. I'm not so sure. Some people tell me it's a hoax. Every time I tell my wife, "Oh, in Russia there's no GMO," and she's just like, she's like, "It depends where you go," but the general consensus is, yeah, foods aren't GMO here. I assume GMO means there isn't. Can somebody give me the proper definition of GMO? Like, what is GMO free? I assume it's less additives and all this random stuff that is unnecessary. It's more natural, I assume. Because there's some GMO foods. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. What does the average Russian make a month? Where? Which job? A foreign citizen is allowed to buy and own real estate. Yeah. I have some friends that own some dachas. I have some friends that own some houses, some apartments. Do you have kids? Not yet. It's rare. Okay. Yeah, genetically modified. Genetically modified. Right. So GMO means genetically modified. Mm-hmm. Make about 6 kilograms. What time is it now? Oh, jeez. Let me step out for a second because it's a bit crowded. 1 second. And also the woman there wants to sit down. I feel bad. Okay, let me answer some of the questions now. I make 6K a month. $6,000 a month in Russia is actually pretty well. In Moscow is pretty good. Russia as well. It's pretty decent to have. It's considered pretty good. Yeah, yeah. I know people that survive on 800 USD a month in Moscow. So yeah, Russian propaganda machine is pushing for men to move there because they need. I mean, Casher, that's a very interesting statement to make. Okay, yeah, so GMO, genetically modified. I shouldn't have given the woman my seed. I was too much of a gentleman. I wanted to talk to you guys for a second. I'll end the stream in a bit. I was too much of a gentleman. And also, I think I'm talking way too much in a place of work. I'm waiting for my wife to finish the massage. I should have been an asshole. I should have just sat down, but too late. Too late. Something tells me you aren't Russian. Oh, I wonder what gave it away. Anyways, I gotta go because I need to somehow find a place to sit. I have given it up. Na 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 na. Casher, your facts are incorrect. Don't spread nonsense on my channel. Get off my channel. I'm gonna mute you a bit. You can take a break. Also, Ichnuka, I think I'll block you. The last bit of stupidity needs to be removed from the stream. Where is he? I think I need to block. Who's this person? I hate people that spread nonsense on my channel. And then I'll leave. 1 second, guys. Yeah, put him on a timeout. You can have a little sit in the naughty yellow chair. All right, guys, I will see you. I gotta get back in. Happy talking too much. Bye-bye.